In this lesson, we'll cover shadows, how you create, or rather apply, shadows to any model view. There is a control on the View control bar, Advanced Model Graphics, Shadows Off and Shadows On, which you can reach in any plan, elevation, or section view, or 3D view as we're in. Well, simply in this case, we are in the Presentation Views dataset. I'll simply turn shadows on and we'll take a look at it. Then we'll come back and we'll adjust the shadow settings. Notice how dramatically they affect it. Change the setting from shading with edges to hidden lines. You can see the shadows are still there. We'll open up level 1 view, which is a hidden line view. I'll apply shadows there. Notice where they show. I'll open up the east elevation view. That's already got the shadows turned on. And hidden line versus shading. Let's take a look at the controls for the shadows, which are in the Advanced Model Graphics dialog. This is a per view dialog. What is the style of the view? We've seen these controls before. Cast shadows is the same thing as checking shadows on or shadows off. When you are casting shadows, you can adjust the sun and the shadow intensity. You can adjust the shadow intensity in hidden line. If you are in shading with edges, you can also adjust the sun. Let's bring the sun up bright, say 60, and set the shadows down pale to say 30. We'll apply this to the view, and I'll pull the box out of the way so you can take a look at the difference. Notice it's not nearly so dark as it is over here. Sun and shadow settings, by clicking here, you can open up a dialog that will let you set sun and shadow for a still picture, which is what we've got, a single day shadows solar study, or a multi-day solar study. Lots of settings, and we'll try to examine each one appropriately. When you're in the still sun and shadow settings, you can set it directly by angle relative to the view or not relative to the view. For instance, let us clear relative to view and say apply. So this will be an absolute 35 by 135. And notice how these things change in the background. Let's let this clear away. It'll take a second to regenerate. Besides using the direct relative to view, you can apply a ground plane at a certain level. By date, time, and place, user defined. This brings up a list of cities all over the world. Latitude and longitude. We've covered locations in another section. If you use settings by date, time, and place, this folds into your rendering settings. Besides sun and shadows, you can apply silhouettes per view. If you override silhouettes, you can, for instance, have building edges show with a wide line rather than the standard line edge that Revit displays. And look at that. In this file, wide lines are obviously defined as blue. And this persists even when we change from shading to hidden line. Okay? Quick ways of creating presentation views. You can apply shadows, you can adjust the shadows, and you can apply silhouette edges. We'll talk about solar studies so that you can truly check the effects of shadows, roof overhangs, window projections, etc. in another lesson.